This is a developing story that just happened over the weekend. Camelot331, friend of the channel, got booted from the Game and Geek Expo. And I tweeted about this yesterday. There's a lot of stories happening. I think Asmongold's covering this. Cody himself actually just talked to the person in charge of this expo on a 28-minute call that's going to be posted on his channel. It's probably already out. But somebody anonymous allegedly sent in a complaint about Camelot being a guest. Of course, it's always anonymous because these people are cowards, but they labeled him as a Nazi, right? Apparently, that's all it takes to destroy someone's appearance at an event. And this is fresh off of me coming off of Retropalooza Houston. Also coming up in the summer, Smash JT will be at the Game On Expo. And I've seen cancel culture try to take down people for making convention appearances. Just most recently, speaking of Retropalooza Houston, there was a small little amount of vocal people on Facebook trying to complain about Boogie being a guest at Retropalooza Houston. So this is what I hate about conventions giving in to cancel culture. There was no names, no public accountability, just a vague accusation for someone tied to the event, which was most likely either a vendor or a photographer, and then boom, Camelot331 is out of it. There's no trial, no discussion, just flat out canceled. That's caving in to cancel culture, and I can't endorse that. I don't approve of that at all. I've never been a guest at this convention, but I probably will never ever want to be at this point. I know that there's other people pulling out of appearing at this event. Retro Wolf was one of them, a few others. I don't know if they were official guest and panelists or if they were just vendors, but there's people pulling out of this event. People don't cave in to cancel culture. Only weak-minded people do. People that are afraid of optics that really don't exist. Guess what? The court of public opinion is not real life. IRL is not the internet. Okay? In real life, nobody cares about, oh, this guy does topics that are anti-woke or no, okay? Camelot did nothing wrong, okay? Just because your views of the expo don't align with his doesn't mean that he wouldn't be a good guest that would bring people out, people that would buy tickets to attend your event, okay? He wasn't causing issues. Again, like I said, it's because his views don't align with the expo's political echo chamber. That's pretty much it. If you're even slightly right of center and try to show up at a fan event that's dominated by progressive organizers, which I've been there before as well, you get slapped with the worst possible label and you're done. They'll try to accuse you, use social media. It's all chicken shit stuff. So Camelot posted this, and this is the event. This is the event email that they sent him, and it's honestly the most corporate hollow nonsense you've ever seen. Basically, oh, thank you for supporting us, we appreciate you. In fact, if you look in here, they talk about Camelot removing a flagged video that they didn't like. Why would Camelot, I love you, buddy, but don't cave in to people. Don't try to make them happy because they don't know what they want, because it didn't. These people didn't want actual resolution. They wanted for you to submit. And if you cave once, guys, they'll just keep digging and digging and digging until they find something else to cancel you over. So in this email and all their messaging, they claim that they've lost sponsors and guests because of the situation. What a convenient excuse, right? Except every vendor slot on the website, if you go to the website, said they were sold out. The tickets seem to be selling just fine. So where's this mass exodus that they're talking about? And it's not about business. It's about ideology. They wanted him gone, and they used the thinnest excuse to do it. And I've seen it, again, happen countless times. Oh, your videos are a concern. Can you be less divisive? I had a con organizer tell me they wanted me out, but they wanted my videos to be less divisive. When I feel that, I'm just giving my opinion and my take. You don't have to like it. We can agree to disagree. But this person tried to control my content. I told him absolutely not. Absolutely not. 9 times out of 10, the people that complain about the internet and complain about, oh, well, this guy's a guest and that, they weren't going to your convention anyway. And if they are, guess what? You don't have to go anywhere near the guest that you don't like. You don't have to go to their panel. You don't have to go to their table. You could go to the vendor floor and fuck off. You don't have to communicate at all with the person that you don't like. Like how real life is supposed to work. If I don't like somebody, I'm not going to engage and interact with them. So what really gets me is the hypocrisy of this. You look at the website for this Geeks and Gamers, whatever the hell it's called. It's full of virtue signaling buzzwords. Everyone's welcome. Find your tribe. Space for all gamers, and all this little woke nonsense, right? Unless, of course, you're holding the wrong political beliefs. Then it's not for everybody. You're out. You're canceled, right? And they'll pretend that it's about maintaining a safe and positive environment while simultaneously ghosting someone who helped promote their event and sell their tickets, which Camelot did. And here's the most gummy part, right? Camelot says that there's 2 guys from the Expo leadership that used their VIP access to attend his NASCAR event. So they went to one of his NASCAR events before they told him he was banned. So they basically used him for perks, enjoyed the hospitality, and then blindsided him with a cancellation after the fact. And that's not just spineless. In my opinion, that's disgusting. Funny enough, no one's name was attached to the actual cancellation email that you see in this screenshot. So that's pretty cowardly. Now, if you go and look at their guest list, they got a bunch of content creators and voice actors and someone even from Epic Games. So I don't know. If the Expo's lineup says anything, it shows exactly the kind of environment they're cultivating with like corporate safe, ideologically filtered and sanitized inclusivity and stuff, then 110% there was somebody that raised enough, I guess, alarms behind the scene and tried to cancel the convention. Because a lot of times it's, if you don't do this, we're going to cancel you. And the convention, of course, is going to bend the knee, which is the gayest thing that you could even possibly think of. If I was a convention owner and a guest was throwing, or a vendor was throwing a fit about somebody else that I was bringing in, I would say, okay, cool, best of luck, let's not work together, which is how business should be handled. Nobody should dictate to you how you should run your business. Don't let people cancel you. So I believe Camelot even had merch made just for this event, like custom designs, spent a lot of money, and it just went down the drain, right? And there's no refunds for this. It's basically just this thank you for your support email, followed by him getting booted out of the door. People are furious. Other creators, including myself, are calling this out. And apparently, again, Osmond Gold is talking about this, which is only going to amplify it, and it's going to make this into a bigger mess than what this convention could have expected. This is not going to go well, which is what I said in my tweet about it. So this whole situation is 110% textbook cancel culture, and this is an example of somebody that tries to use creators' clouts to sell tickets and then quietly push them out once they're sold out, and then they hide behind buzzwords like community and inclusivity and all that. But it's really just smoke and mirrors. What they really mean is if you don't conform to the woke ideology, you'll be excluded. And it's all honestly just a joke and not even a funny one. This ticked me off pretty bad because I've seen this even try to be used against me, and it's not cool. Again, if you keep up with Camelot and Twitter, he's been providing lots of updates. He even just posted a call that we're probably going to look at the next time I live stream. So let me know your thoughts down below, guys, and subscribe if you haven't. I'll see you in the next one.